Hey guys, Minsi here. Today we're going beach camping. I didn't bring a tent or a hammock, so I'm gonna have to build a shelter from scratch. I'm also gonna spot some really cool wildlife, go on heaps of swims because it's super hot out here, and do some yummy soul food cooking by the campfire. All right, let's get into it. I've only just started out and I've already found some wildlife. I found another one. Well, I'm out here on the track. The beach is that way. I'm gonna head out there and see what I can find. So there is actually a cyclone lingering just off the coast of where I am right now. I'll show you on a map just here. It could be making landfall any day now, so I do need to be careful on this trip. The tides could be really high, the swell could be a bit crazy, and there might be downpours at any time. And you might have seen on the way in here, there were a few roads that flood. So if it does start to rain, I need to just make sure that I get out of here. I'm gonna close the look. This is actually sea turtle eggshells. And I'm quite far inland still, so it could be that a goanna maybe has grabbed onto those and had a little snack. Or it could also be crabs as well. These ones are really crunchy. Interesting. Could also be foxes or feral cats predating on the turtle eggs. Let's hope not though. Looks beautiful. You wouldn't even know that there's a cyclone out there. Oops! Careful of the spiders on the path. Don't walk in their web. Nice dry dead pandanus tree here. The Aboriginal people used to use it to transport their fires around because it smoulders really well for a long time. Ooh. Ooh. Hot. So I think I found my camping spot. It's kind of like in between the ocean and a bit of a dune, so it's in a bit of a curve like this, so not too much ocean noise here. Some of these branches are dead, so I'll be able to remove some of those and maybe use them to help build the shelter. Ta-da! Got my two important tools for today's job. So I'm going to use this branch as the main base for my lean-to, but I'm still trying to decide whether I should put it so that I have one long branch going here and then smaller branches going this way, or if I should just have branches going along here and then it comes down that way. I think this will be better because it's probably more protected from if any wind is coming that way from the ocean. What I need now is a lot of branches, which is going to be fun because it's so hot. But luckily, my very first branch is right here at camp. Butterfly. Look here, there's 3 different animal tracks in one spot. There's wallaby tracks, the goanna track with the tail dragging behind, and then some other track. I'm not entirely sure what that one is. It's so cool. This is the wallaby. It's 2 feet. And sometimes the tail you can see as well. Very clear footprints there. Alright, So I've got my main supports here. To be careful I don't hit my eyeball out with them. So I'm just going to collect some greenery now just to close up the gaps. I don't want to harm the trees too much, so I'm just collecting one branch from every couple of trees. Space it out. That'll do. Feeling very cozy in here. Try and level it out a bit. Okay, so I've got my sleeping mat and my mosquito net. Let's get them out. Get in there. Excuse my hat hair. Let's test this out. Oh. Yeah, I think that's gonna be comfy. Well, I think this is almost done. I do probably need to make it a little bit more rainproof, and I have got one other item that I can use to help with that. Maybe. I'm not sure how good that's gonna work, but let's see. But first, I think I deserve a swim after all of this hard work, so let's go do that. Ooh, lots of sand in my shoes. Look at it all. Let's go. So nice. So the other item that I have here is this emergency blanket out of my first aid kit. I don't think I'm likely to use it for a first aid situation anytime soon, so I'm going to use it to help line the inside of my sleeping area to maybe keep it a little bit watertight if it does rain. It making heaps of noise in the night. I'm just going to prepare this area a little bit so that I can have my fire pit here. Some twigs and things. Got my little teepee. Look up! It's time for me to have a little snack. Enjoy some afternoon breeze. Back to work. This will make for a good chair. Oh! Ouch! So the sun's going down over that little mound there, and I'm losing light, so I'm going to finish setting up my camp, and the last step is my mozzie net to keep me safe from all the bugs. Ta-da! That should keep me pretty bug free for the night. Well, I've already drank a litre of water today, and this is the only remaining water that I have left, which is 3 litres. Okay, once this water's finished, then my trip is done. And now for some more, sorry. Hopefully that's all the sawing that I have to do for today. Got my petroleum jelly and a stick. It's like a cotton ball marshmallow. I wouldn't recommend eating it though. It's not tasty. Alright, well I'm going to wait for that to turn into some coals and then I'm going to make one of my favourite naughty dishes. So I've got some ingredients in here. Cheese with powdered milk. Macaroni. Here's my veggies. Zucchini, tomato. Isn't that just looking so gourmet already? My cookie. At least there's still like a few other ones in there that aren't broken. You're kind of limited with what you can cook when you're out camping because you can only really bring things that don't perish throughout the day. Limited different kinds of vegetables and things that you can bring along. But I'm looking forward to this meal. I think it's going to be really tasty. There's some coals forming already on the fire so I can get my pot ready. Some salt and pepper. I forgot there's pepper in there. I'm going to put heaps of this in there later. I like my pasta peppery. Parmigiano. Yeah, I'm doing all the Italian words today. Is macaroni an Italian word? I don't even know. Well, it took me a little bit to get my fire going. Some of that wood didn't really want to catch on, but it looks pretty good now and I think my pasta should be boiling. Let's check. Almost. I don't know why, but I feel like this fire is prettier than usual. I like my cheese sharp. I was just about to celebrate and say that the cicadas had stopped and then they came back. Oh, almost went in the sand. Gotcha, Mr. Zucchini. Alright, let's try this pasta and see if it's ready. Can't really see it, but... It's definitely ready. I literally cannot see anything that I'm doing right now. I can see a black pot. Look at that. Alright. And now, a little bit of oil in here. Oops, that was a lot of oil. My veggies. So I'm going to put the cheese and the milk in there when the veggies are cooked a little bit. So I am going to try something very special with this dish. I want a cheesy crust on the top of my macaroni. Alright, well my zucchini and tomato are pretty cooked. They don't take too long. So that's good. Now I'm going to put my milk in here. And I'm going to add some water to get it to the consistency that I think should be good. Ooh, come out. I don't really use powdered milk very much, so I'm not sure how much I really need. Oh, looks pretty good. Some of my cheese. Leave some for that crunchy topping that I'm looking for. Right, I'm going to put that back on the fire and make sure this cheese sauce is tasting nice and yummy before I mix it in with my macaroni. And then we're going to put it in the oven. This sauce is now looking pretty ready. I feel like the macaroni to sauce volume is a bit off ratio. Alright, so I got my titanium plate. The smell of cheese is just wafting up my nose, asking for it to be eaten, but I have to wait until this next step is done. Oh my god, it smells so good. So hard to just not eat it right now. Cheese. I hear sizzling. Okay, I think that's cooked long enough. Let's get rid of some of these coals. It's looking very toasted under here. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Yes! Look at that! That is looking very crispy. How does it taste? Let's find out. Delicious. Bit of work for your dessert around here, you know. Alright, I think that's sharp enough to pierce through some marshmallows. Let's load it up. Ooh, it's very sharp stick. Bleh. Let's see. Thing in there. And then pull it out. Yes, that worked. Dessert hamburger. Good night, guys. It's been a really good day. I'm hoping that there's going to be no wind out there in the morning on the beach, so hopefully we can go explore out there. I'm awake. I can hear the little dewdrops landing on that foil sheet thing, so that's working. I didn't get wet in the night. Time to get up and explore the beach and see the sunrise. I can see the sun's coming up right now. Let's go see it. Oh, those branches are wet. Oh my goodness. Perfect timing. Let's wake up with a little sunrise dip. It's beautiful along the water. There's a nice little pool here that I could have gone swimming in. Found a cool sea pot. I want to know what's inside. A spiky coconut! It's heavy, but I don't think there's any water in there. Crab has been feasting on this clam. It's still got some bits inside. His little hole. Nice waves out there. It's crazy how high the tides come up. Can you see the slope? Look up my lonely footprints. And I found something really awesome to show you. You can see the beach there. I'm just up in the dunes and look what I can see. Do you see it? Let's get closer. So this is actually a pretty popular turtle nesting beach. Like I showed you the little turtle eggshell at the beginning of this video. So sea turtles, they come from the ocean and they come up into the dunes and dig a big hole to bury their eggs in and lay their eggs in. It takes them about 30 years before they can start laying eggs, so it's definitely at least 30 years old. But it's really cool to have this big shell here. There's a lot of bones lying around, I'll show you. It's They're all spread out, so there must have been quite a lot of animals coming to feast on the carcass. Must have been here for a while because it looks quite deteriorated. Let's turn it upside down and see if we can still see some more interesting things. But yeah, it does have a bit of a stench to it, so wish me luck with this. That's so cool. Look at all these bones. Wow. I turn it a little bit that way. Look at that. So beautiful. Unfortunately, the head is gone. Someone must have come and found that already. There's some big crab holes around here. They've been very lucky to have a good feast. The crabs sometimes do eat the turtle eggs. These ones got more than they bargained for. It's so cool how the bones are just laying there in the same spot. It's crazy. Nature just breaking things down. Alright, let's get this fire going. Everything's a bit damp from the morning. Yep. Singed my hairs. Got my pancake mix. I'm going to use all of that because I'm very hungry in the mornings. Got my plate, which I love because it can also double as a pan for pancake cooking. It's already sizzling. Right, it's flipping time. Yeah. Golden. Delicious. Yes. Got some honey. Very tasty. And definitely crunchy. That was delicious. Great start to the day. Swimming pancakes. Couldn't ask for more. Alright, let's get moving. Ooh. Enough of that. Well, this has been a pretty good shelter. I think if there was decent rain, it probably wouldn't have been the best shelter, but with a little bit of a sprinkle, I think it would have done totally fine. And it definitely worked for me with the morning dew, so it's good. Well, there's no shade out here anymore, so it's time to get going. Otherwise I'm going to have a really hot hike on the way back. Look at him. Holy shit. You see him up there? They've got big claws to be able to climb up these trees. He's looking at me. Wish I could climb up trees that easily. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed coming on this adventure with me. Don't forget to subscribe and turn your notifications on. And for behind the scenes footage, come check out my social media links. See you next time.